Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 158.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released January 28th, 2015, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Abigail and the Snowman number 2 of 4. It didn't take long for Abigail to warm up to the idea of having a Yeti as a best friend, but no matter how much fun the two friends have together, they can't avoid the mysterious men in town up to no good in search of the abominable snowman. Next we have Adventure Time number 36. It's the first Adventure Time starring its new creative team. With indie all-star Chris Hastings writing and the amazingly talented Zachary Sterling on art, these mathematical adventures are going to get more algebraic. We've also got Amazing World of Gumball 2015 Special number 1. Gumball and his friends are getting together to see who can tell the best scary story. The competition is going to escalate quickly as this group of friends fights to creatively outdo each other in fright. Filled with stories by amazing creators, this is definitely going to be a special to pick up. Next we have Big Trouble in Little China number 8. As Lopan's forces bring their terror to the Midnight Road in search of Egg and Miao Lin, Jack Burton looks to end this once and for all. Jack Burton is back and he's brought an army, sort of. With the Lords of Death on their trail, Jack and Wang must find a way to make these two evil forces butt heads without bringing Chinatown down in the process. We've also got Clive Barker's Nightbreed number 9. Everything comes down to this. After living among their people and being set up as their savior, Boone abandons everything for the one he loves most, Lori. Seeing war as an inevitability, Leisberg must ready the breed for the end. What becomes of monsters when there's nowhere left to hide? Next we have Evil Empire number 10. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. The resistance is here. Reese's numbers grow stronger and the battle between the Evil Empire and the people who aren't completely mental is on. Who will outlast the other? We've also got Munchkin number 1. Based on the immensely popular card game, Munchkin comes to comics. Munchkin takes place in a very flexible mashup of genres. Originally a satire of fantasy role-playing, it has since then taken on non-fantasy and non-gaming elements. Characters in Munchkin change constantly but never permanently. What do Munchkins do? They play for the win. They are rule lawyers. They backstab, they gloat, they whine when somebody else backstabs or gloats. Munchkins are emotional. Munchkins may be clever, but they are never wise. Munchkins have short attention spans. Munchkins may be brave in the face of awful odds, but they are even braver when beating up crippled goblins for their lunch money. If a Munchkin seems to show mercy, it's because he was bored or distracted. After all, even stomping an ant helps you level up. And we've got Sleepy Hollow number 4 of 4. With the true origins of the clock revealed, Ichabod and Abby must find a way to destroy the infernal machine before it damns them, and perhaps all of Earth, to an eternity of hell. Plus the last of Noel Stevenson's short stories. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Captain Midnight number 19. In the heart of the jungle, as reality rips apart around them, Captain Midnight and his old sidekick Chuck Ramsey engage in a deadly grudge match. The fate of all reality rests on Cap's shoulders as the time-displaced hero gets his first view into the mysterious other space and must stop Chuck before another dimension comes crashing down on them. Next we have Colder the Bad Seed number 4. As Boston sinks further into Swivel's madness, Reese's time spent trapped in the hungry world yields to her the horrific truth of Declan's past. We've also got Conan the Avenger number 10. Conan pursues the fabled treasure that started him on a long and dangerous journey. However, a terrible foe also has his eyes on the prize. Can Conan beat him to it? Next we have ElfQuest, the final quest number 7. The powerful psychic Sunstream assumes the role of his race's link to all elves, galvanizing the world of Two Moon's secretive tribes. The Wolf Riders seek guidance as Cutter, Leda, and Skywise struggle to adjust. Unexpected relationships form, new journeys begin, a dire threat surfaces, and a beloved tribe mate makes a shocking choice. We've also got Father's Day number 4 of 4. Silas Smith may have renounced his life of violence, but his life of violence never renounced him, and now with his long-estranged daughter held hostage by his former mob employers to ensure his return, Silas plans to give them exactly what they want and everything they deserve. Next we have Halo Escalation number 14. The brilliant but obsessed Dr. Catherine Halsey has allied herself with fanatical Covenant commander Jewel Madama, and now a deadly reckoning awaits the UNSC Infinity. The thrilling sequel to Halo 4 Spartan Ops continues in this 4-part story by Duffy Bordeaux and Sergio Afro. We've also got Mind Management number 30. Finally, the true history of the enigmatic Eraser is revealed, and her shocking past will ignite everything in the present. The final war is here. Next we have Predator Fire and Stone number 4 of 4. As the Predator sets out on his greatest hunt, Galgo must decide if atoning for his past sins is worth the ultimate sacrifice. We've also got Sundowners number 6, Interdimensional Invasion or Epic Freakout. The Sundowners confront the Illuminatrix as Dr. Shedgick dons a mask of his own. The madness including action-packed conclusion to the first arc as cosmic horror meets real superheroics. And we've got Tomb Raider number 12. As Laura's journey continues, she finds herself in a deadly showdown against a sinister killer. If Laura can't finish what she started, she'll lose more than her life as the final chapter of this pulse-pounding arc comes to a close. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got The Damnation of Charlie Wormwood number 4 of 5. With Charlie seemingly completing his first deal, things seem to be going more smoothly in his personal life. However, tensions are high at the prison and Charlie learns the hard way what it's like to have real enemies in the big house. And when his main protector is locked away, will he have learned enough to survive on his own? Next, we have Flash Gordon number 8. This is the End, the final issue by Super Team Jeff Parker, Evan Shaner, and Jordi Belair. Flash, Dale, and Zarkov may have finally figured out a way back to Earth, but will Ming's forces follow? Are their adventures over? Find out in the astounding final issue of Flash Gordon. We've also got Justice Inc. number 6 of 6. Out of tragedy, a hero is born. Richard Henry Benson must make the hardest choices imaginable as he tracks down his family's murderers one by one. Who shall live and who must die? In a shaky alliance with the Shadow, who deems himself judge, jury, and executioner, and Doc Savage, who wishes only to serve mankind, the Avenger must finally declare his own ideology and methodology. Will justice be served, or will the malevolent John Sunlight and the Voodoo Master prevail? Next, we have King Flash Gordon number 1 of 4. He's nothing but a man. Welcome to the King, full of uncanny planets and enormous explosions and furious holograms and impossible bravery and galactic heists and savage gorillas and mysterious float botnin and massive hangovers and grinning impossibility. Get pumped for astounding fun by Ben Acker and Ben Blacker and Lee Ferguson with the connecting King cover by comic legend Darwin Cook. We've also got King the Phantom number 1 of 4. What is the Phantom? Welcome to the King, full of two-fisted scrapping and rugged courage and unstoppable purpose and daring infiltration and breakneck combat and indestructible legacy and ghosts who walk. Prepare yourself for bulletproof brawling by Brian Clevenger and Brent Schoonover with a connecting King cover by comic legend Darwin Cook. Next, we have Purgatori number 5. Back in hell, Purgatori must find Lucifer and force him to return her powers, but she's going to have to take a number because there are other denizens of hell with designs on killing the Lord of Lies. If the vampire goddess can overcome these obstacles, how will she ever get Lucifer to return her powers? And we've got Turok Dinosaur Hunter number 11. Turok tames the pterodactyls. He and his allies have taken to Sherwood Forest after Turok discovers the nefarious scheming of the British upper crust. Will Turok find friends in the forest or foes? It's high-flying archery and action from Greg Pak and Paul Tobin. From IDW Publishing, we've got Angry Birds Comics number 8. The Angry Birds slingshot themselves into more hijinks, or maybe they won't. When Chuck the yellow bird accidentally breaks the only slingshot on Piggy Island, it's up to all the birds to find a new way to defend the eggs from those insatiable pigs. Next, we have Angry Birds Transformers number 3 of 4, Rampeg. When the Angry Bird's precious egg becomes leg-having, weapon-bearing, rampaging eggs of mass destruction, the Autobirds must team up with the Deceptihogs to save Piggy Island. How much more mixed up can this mashup possibly get? We've also got Creature Cops Special Varmint Unit number 1 of 3. In a world where a rhino can be gene-spliced with a dog, freakish animals are everywhere, and the Creature Cops have to deal with them. From vicious gator snakes to cute panda dogs, these animal cops think they've seen it all until they discover a nest of illegal hybrids that resemble mythological griffins and suddenly find themselves on the trail of a death cult with even darker plans. Next, we have Doberman number 5, a hot chick held hostage by a maniacal villain. Must be Tuesday. When uber villain Kane kidnaps Frank Dabarano's therapist/lady friend, you can bet there's going to be a showdown. Doberman must infiltrate Kane's compound, take out the heavily armed guards, and not get shot by his own partner while sober. We've also got G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero number 210. Revenge and the Blue Ninjas have set their sights on the Arashikage clan, bringing the fight to Japan. Meanwhile, Cobra members Copperhead, Scrap Iron, and Firefly set their sinister plan into motion. Next, we have Godzilla Rulers of Earth number 20. It's Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla for the ultimate rematch. The Cryog invasion reaches its zenith as new monsters attack across the globe. What unexpected character will Lucy meet? We've also got Judge Dredd number 27, Mega City Manhunt Part 3. A frantic Chief Justice Cal resorts to drastic measures to capture the fugitive Judge Dredd, deputizing every single citizen as a street judge for a 24-hour period. The citizen judge who takes down Dredd will win cold hard cash, free healthcare for life, and his or her own reality show. But the plan breaks down when too many citizens take the law into their own hands. Next we have Judge Dredd Classics, The Dark Judges number 205. His name is Judge Death, and in his eyes, all life is crime. Together with his brothers Fear, Fire, and Mortis, the super fiend from Deadworld is determined to end all life in Mega City 1 once and for all. This compilation features classic Judge Death tales from the pages of 2000 AD. We've also got Max Maximized number 16, newly colorized. Sarah finally learns everything from her dad's tapes, but she might not last long enough to share this newfound knowledge since she's stuck in jail with the Black Is for a cellmate. Turns out she has one more lesson to learn. Sometimes you have to be ugly to survive. Next, we have My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 27. Timberwolves invade Ponyville. They're just the start of the troubles for our ponies, though, as many other mystical creatures emerge from Everfree Forest. What could be causing this mass migration, and how can the balance of nature be restored? We've also got Powerpuff Girls Super Smash Up number 1 of 6. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, Cartoon Network crossover craziness continues. After their victory in the Super Secret Crisis War, the Powerpuff Girls take it easy with a rare VIP tour of Dexter's laboratory. But when Tagalong Dee Dee accidentally activates Dexter's newest invention, the fate of the entire multiverse is suddenly at stake. Plus a bonus Courage the Cowardly Dog story by The Glyph, and Eisner-nominated Princeless's Jeremy Whitley. Next, we have Rotten Ruin number 5, Warrior Smart Conclusion. Benny and Chong are exiled from the farm without weapons and surrounded by zombies. Nix and Lila are prisoners, and if Farmer John gets his way, they'll live their lives in a terrible kind of slavery. How far are 4 teens willing to go to save those they love? Mayberry and Vargas bring the 4 young samurai to the brink of madness, where every choice is a bad choice and the hungry dead are at the door. We've also got Skylanders number 5, a bi-weekly event. The brand new 3-issue story arc Legendary starts right here. Join us for this special bi-weekly event as some of your favorite Skylander characters face grueling tests, outrageous challenges, and the vilest of villains to gain legendary status. Next, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Color Classics Volume 3, Number 2. The TMNT Color Classics line continues, presenting another classic Mirage storyline in all-new full color. In Shades of Grey Part 2, Casey Jones deals with the aftermath of accidentally killing a street thug in self-defense. Will Casey find order from the chaos before he does harm to himself, or to those closest to him? Originally printed in black and white as TMNT Volume 1, Number 49. We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters number 4 of 4. The supernaturally awesome conclusion to the blockbuster crossover is here. Ghostly forces converge on the Ghostbusters headquarters, and the Turtles' opportunity to get back home is fast dwindling. The 2 teams' last-ditch efforts may come too late. Next, we have Transformers Drift Empire of Stone number 3 of 4. The Stone Army. The secrets of Drift's past become his present-day problems, and Ratchet's none too happy about being dragged along. We've also got V-Wars number 10, major new character revealed. As the search for a V-Gene screener heats up, LaShonda and Taurus are on the hunt for a powerful new player on the scene, Strega. Next, we have Winter World number 7, The Stranded Conclusion, a confrontation decades in the making. Scully and Wynn are reunited with the truck that's been their rolling home across 2 seas, only to find themselves in more danger than ever. What promised to be a sanctuary turns out to be a slaughterhouse as Skitters and the feral monkey boy finally catch up with Scully and Wynn in a place where there's nowhere to run. And we've got X-Files Season 10, Number 20, G23, Part 2 of 2. A government plot leads Mulder to ponder his early days as a cadet at Quantico, including his relationship with Diana Fowler and the fateful day he found the iconic I Want to Believe poster. But the intrigue goes even further back in time to when Bill Mulder was partnered with the cigarette-smoking man. From Image Comics, we've got Alex plus Ada, Number 12, Grave Danger. Next, we have Bitch Planet number 2. Now framed for murder inside the prison, Cam is offered leniency if she'll train her crew for a death sport bout against a visiting team of male prisoners. From 2014 Best Writer Eisner nominee Kelly Sue DeConnick and Valentine DeLandro with colorist Chris Peter. We've also got Casanova Acedia number 1. Marooned in Los Angeles with no memory of his past, Casanova Quinn takes on the mystery of his criminal benefactor's tangled and bloody history as strange occult forces from the future conspire to do stuff to him, to Los Angeles, to you. Yes, featuring the first in a series of backup stories by Pulitzer Prize winner Michael Chabon and Casanova co-creator Gabriel B. Next we have Danger Club number 6. As all of reality collapses, Kid Vigilante travels through the land of the dead in search of salvation. We've also got Death Vigil number 6 of 8. Rest in peace, Samuel Lewis. Next we have Dying and the Dead number 1. Today, tomorrow, the grave. A murder at a wedding reveals a 50-year-old secret. At great cost, a man with a dying wife is given the opportunity to save her. A lost tribe is reborn in another time. Seemingly disparate events that force relics from the greatest generation to come forth for one last hurrah. Brought to you by award-winning writer Jonathan Hickman and fan-favorite artist Ryan Bodenheim. The Dying and the Dead is high adventure meets end-of-life care. It's Indiana Jones for old people. There are no fedoras, only bedpans. We've also got Graveyard Shift number 2 of 4. Liam spends the night locked in a crypt with his girlfriend. She's a vampire, and she's getting hungry. Next we have Punks the Comic number 4. I've written a lot of solicitation copy in my life. I'm always curious if people actually read it or not. From Eisner and Harvey nominees Joshua Hale Fialkov and Cody Chamberlain, yada yada yada. We've also got Rasputin number 4, Betrayed. Rasputin's life changes forever when he's asked to save the prince's life, but first the Mad Monk has to let someone else die. His road to infamy begins here. Next we have Revival number 27. Em and May continue their search for the missing father of Em's child. Are they ready for what hides in the deep, dark, cold water? We've also got Sex number 19. Sometimes the cover says it all, plus guest art by Ian McEwen. Next we have Sex Criminals number 10, in which John and Susie learn just how alone together we all are, and the stakes get raised crazy high in this, the second arc finale, by Matt Fraction and just a great big bunch of chuds with Photoshop or something. We've also got They're Not Like Us number 2, It Serves You Right to Suffer. Next we have Umbral number 12, If It Bleeds. Yeah, you heard it right. New Year's Eve, last day of the year. That's when we decide to publish the last issue of Book 2, probably the most important issue of Umbral yet. It's just how we roll. Seriously, you'll want this one. It's kinda climactic. And we've got Zero number 14, It All Mattered, all of it. Has the world gone mad? From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Quantum and Woody Must Die, number 1 of 4. Multiple Harvey Award nominee James Asmus and Eisner Award-winning artist Steve Lieber are here to bring the most talked about, most award-not-winningest heroes in comics to a whole new high. Unfortunately, there are a bunch of people that would like to kill them up there. They came, they saw, they pissed off a whole lot of folks. And now a team of mystery vigilantes has singled out the world's worst superhero team for complete and utter destruction. The first target? Their minds. But who are these all-new enemies? Are Quantum and Woody hitting it off with the sexy duo of cat burglars? And dear God, what have they done to the goat? Is this the real life, or is this just fantasy? Sex Criminals isn't the only comic that can quote Queen comic fans. Here comes Quantum and Woody, or so they think. Trippy, right? Next we have Unity number 14, A World on Fire, Unity versus the United. A dark secret at the heart of the Unity team has led the world to the brink of global war. Only Unity and their international counterparts, the United, can broker a peace, but that might not work, seeing as how they're trying to kill each other. All hope lies with Unity's newest team member, who may not be able to shoulder the weight of the world. And we've got Exo Manowar number 32, Small Package, Heavy Hitters. Enter, Armorine smashes into a giant confrontation that will rock Exo Manowar to his very core. The Bleeding Edge commando unit codenamed Armorines has finally undermined the Exo Manowar armor and the man inside it, Eric of Dacia, one of the most feared men alive. But who are these hardened men and women, and just who orchestrated their lethal combination of technology and cunning? The new generation of Armorines are more than just mercenaries, and the figure pulling their strings is about to activate a failsafe that will leave the world reeling. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Instagram to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.